Hello and welcome to another episode of Ways to Better Living. This is your host, as always, Coolio, and continuation of the topic of healthcare, part 3. So, before I dive right into the conversation, just got another update because I know for what I said I was going to do a switch, but I'm meant to understand afterwards that switch will not be possible. Though I did not make the contact, but I did some research, and for me, I will continue here, but all the past posts for this place is just, you will see the recent ones. The past ones you'll be able to find on YouTube. I got all the platforms that they're on, but I've not checked on those ones, see how they're doing there. But all I do is just make it post here, and they go on my YouTube page as well, which they stayed on my YouTube. So if you miss anything, you want to continue, just find my YouTube page, and it's the same name as the host that's on YouTube. So with that said, now let's dive right into the conversation of healthcare. The last episode dealt with healthcare in the manner of how before I end, I asked the question of what is your view? Is your view of hospital medication wise, or taking care of your health and what you take in? As to the physical part is where I'm dealing with most, though it's not only based on physical, but I'm dealing with the physical since humans rely mostly on physical as to gaining answers to deal with the physical, because humans focus more on the physical aspect rather than the spiritual aspect. So, and since this is not for you to complain about me bombarding you with God, and though God is still in the mix, but I bring it as best as possible to put it to you in the physical, so you understand that you cannot separate the spiritual with the physical. So, with the physical, we already discussed mainly headache. There are other diseases, I don't deny that. But at the same time, as I mentioned in the last conversation, what you take in physically supposed to be your medication. It's not just food, because with this medication, they said it's there to alter and change. And what does food does? It alter and change. See the similarity there? So, even the medication that is created is just the way they did it in the lab. They did it on a purpose of for you not to be able to continue in the path of being healthy, because once you start, you never stop. You always rely on it to get better and feel better, and it never solves the problem. So if you know your physical food that you eat is there to serve as your health care, why not invest in that and make sure what you take in can hold your physical aspect as to your health, so you can be able to maintain a good health, which will lead you to what? Better living, as this is what the discussion on this platform is all about. So now, since I mentioned that, and I know you might want me to go into another disease or whatever complication, whatever it is, but I will not go in detail on those ones, but I'll mention a few that's been mainly this part of the world as to being North America, or America as you would say, not only North America, America as a whole, and also some parts in the UK that suffer from this a lot, and which is that they call it cancer. And they tell you that everyone is born with cancer. And if it's in your family, the way it develops in your family, it might be worse, it might be, but according to them, you're born with it. So now, not to go into the spiritual aspect, the spiritual side of it, let's just look at the physical parts. Remember how we discuss about what you take in, the food you eat, what it contains, and the amount you take in. All these are aspects as to what will become the disease that you will suffer from or what it will kill. So, another thing that's also another issue in this in America is heart attack. And they always blame it on greasy food, mainly meat. So with that said, let me dive into this also. Meat is one of the things that causes a lot of the diseases that you face, especially as well this part of the world, because you do not cook your meat. You say when you do not cook your chicken, it causes what? Disease, food poison. So won't it be the same for other meats? Mainly beef, like that you don't cook pretty much. A lot of people don't cook it. They said, oh, it tastes good when you don't cook it. Okay, so if chicken, you want it to be cooked, why then now cow meat, you don't want to cook it? Don't you think it's the same? They're under the same category of meat. So if one causes disease, what do you think the other one gonna do? So you see where a lot of the disease is coming from, by you not cooking your food properly. So, but if you tell someone that, they're gonna, oh well, they want to make excuses because humans are good for that, making excuses so they can keep doing the things that are killing them. I'm not here to force you. I'm just educating you and let you know where your problem coming from that you can solve, and you want answer to solve it, but this is where it's coming from. So it's not the greasy food you eat, it's by you not eating cooked food that is properly cooked. And when you don't cook the meat, it causes disease, because since it's not cooked, it got a lot of bacteria that you did not kill in the process, because the reason why you cook your food is to kill those bacteria. Everything comes with that bacteria. Some bacteria are good not cooked, but those are mainly in vegetables. But when it comes to meat, you need to cook it, because if you don't cook it, it causes disease in your system. And the more you keep eating not cooked meat, the disease grow and eventually kill you. So you want an antidote to solve your illness? There's your antidote. Cook your food and you're healthy. Not cook food, unhealthy. That's as simple as I can put it for you. If you don't understand that, then you cannot blame anyone in that aspect of what it is. So now, since this is the last episode and I pretty much cover everything that I can cover. So with the cancer that they talk about, like I said, it all comes down to your meals. You cannot avoid it without answering the major question of your meals. What do you take in? So, you want your problem to be solved? Here is your answer. Do you really need the answer? Yes. Are you willing to take the answer and apply it, that is your choice, not my choice. Your choice to apply it and keep yourself healthy, which is better living for you and saves you all those medication that you're going to be spending thousands and thousands of dollars on to get healthy and still not be healthy. So now, since this is the end of the conversation, I cannot go any further in dealing with this topic since there's nothing else to discuss. We discuss the issue, we discuss the answer. So if you are not satisfied with the answer, then go look for the answer where you think you might get it, because you've been looking for it all your life. You can't find it, and so if you got the answer now and you're still not satisfied with it, then you are the problem. So you can deal with that on your own terms, and I'm not forcing it on you. I'm just giving it to you. You apply it, it benefits you. You don't apply it, that it's all up to you. It's not benefiting me. I'm already applying these things that I'm telling you. I said I'm not here to give my personal experience, but I'm not suffering from any of these things. So here is your response, the answer to better living. You can choose whether to follow it or not follow it. And as this conversation comes to an end now, I have another update, because I did not want to give it all in the beginning just in case I ran out of time. So I want to make sure I can be able to do it. So the update is some postings that I'll be making, especially this one. You will notice the fonts, size and shapes and everything is a bit different on the photo. The reason why is I used to use a computer to do that, and now I don't have it, so I have to adjust so I can keep using the same photo, because I already got the template. I just change the topic on them, and pretty much that's it. So as you can see, you will tell instantly what the difference is. It's not the background photo itself, it's just the writing in it. So with that says, once you see the next from this moving forward happening, because some people like to pick a little tiny detail about things, so that is the issue. I no longer have computer to use, so I have to do with what I have for now, and that's the best I can do at this point. So bear in mind, the photo is not the information, it's the topic itself that I'm dealing with. As to you listening is what the whole point of this conversation is about. So though I still got like about a minute, but I'll still end it here by saying thanks for listening. This is your host as always, Coolio, and God bless, and hope that you'll be able to apply these things so that you could be able to live a better life. By living a better life, this will help you develop as a person in all the things that we've been discussing, so you'll be able to see and help others so they too can live a better life. So with all this said, this is your host again, Coolio, saying all the best.